been a while since I've done any historical pugilism, savate, bartitsu style videos, so I'm going to give you one that I like. So we're going to look at Professor Charlemont's Coup de poing. Now, sorry again for butchering the French language, but you get the idea. Now, the coup de poing is essentially a characteristic swing style blow, and it's typically shown in two movements. Now, Charlemont, fantastic overall combat sports athlete when it comes to boxe anglais, English / normal typical boxing, savate, French kickboxing, the use of the cane, baton and other things. Also a hench stout fella, and we got to rep our hench stout fellas. So the coup de poing is taught in two parts. The first part of the movement is from your direct or your lead hand jab. I'm hesitant to say the word jab because jab doesn't really carry the connotation we're after. You know, if you think today we jab, you know, we are rapid, we are kind of putting a dent at speed in someone, but it's to set up something else. These lead off type blows are a bit more committal. There's a bit more knockout juice behind them, and there's kind of solid lunging footwork mechanics. So whilst it is a lead hand shot to begin with, don't think of it really like a jab. Think of it as a power shot, which is followed by a secondary power shot. So the coup de poing comes in two parts. First part with the lead hand. Right, in fact, no, I'll swap my guards just so you can see. Right, so I'll swap my guard. Doesn't really matter for this. The first is a traditional lead-off punch. So a lunging style stance, boom, and we end up hitting. And we typically end up hitting with a fist that is vertical or somewhat supinated for reasons that are well covered in other videos that I've explained. But safer and smarter for bare knuckle, we're hitting this way and we're dropping our weight into that shot. Boom, like so. So there is a lunging style motion. That's the first part. Now imagine doing that but leaving the rear hand behind to trail, like so. Okay, and then this is where the coup de poing comes in. Once we've got that trailing hand and we've dropped and done our lead off, this arm comes in a circle and hits. And what we're looking for is the thumb to be down. So we have fully pronated this and we're using the knuckles to the side of the jaw. So again, if I do the motions here, we lead off and trail, and then this comes around like so. Lead off and trail, and then this comes around like so. Now you'd be remiss and stupid not to make the hand that was once the lead off ready again. But we're looking, think less of a modern hook. Try and keep some rigidity in the arm. Boom. I suppose the best way to describe it, if you've ever done things like ridge hand strikes or forearm based strikes, you know, we're keeping this as a solid unit. So the coup de poing, you hit with a trail, bang, and you drive this round. Now this shot has got some really good benefits. First is passive defense, right? When the thumb is down, like so, you put meat armor between the enemy and your face and your neck. So you've got an attack that's got built-in defense. And even if you were to hit me on this side, I've made everything a really solid unit. So it's got pre-built-in defense. Hitting this way really gets solid connection with the top or front of the knuckles on the target. In more modern boxing, we tend to refer to shots like this, be they hooks, be they uppercuts, be they straights, as Slavic style shots. We see lots of Soviet boxers historically do these, and that's carried on with Eastern European boxers to this day. So it gets really good knuckle connection down the side of the jaw or along the side of the neck. It's got inbuilt passive defense, and it comes at an angle and with such torque that there's a lot of mass and power in the shot. Essentially, your rear arm is like a lead bar. Bang! The coup de poing comes in and smashes what it sees. So you can afford to really get it in. Like we said, we're going to move, get used to doing it from a mill. Move your hands, move your feet historically if you want to make it nice and historical. We lead off with whichever hand. Once that's made contact, treat this like a bar. Boom, straight in. I'll swap guards. So again, we hit and trail off, and then bang, hit that shot right in there. Making ready with this hand if we need to fill that gap anymore. But that is Professor Charlemont's coup de poing. Hit and trail, swing with full pronation. Milling, hit and trail, swing with full pronation. Give it a go. Let me know how it works for you. It's a good little sneaky shot you can pull off if you're doing historical combatives, historical martial sports, for your training, for your sparring. It's one that you can really surprise people because it comes at an unorthodox angle. It covers range very well. You're not used to defending those angles, and it hits you for the same reason that overhand rights hit you in modern boxing. It just comes in an arc, in an elliptical fashion that you're not quite used to in your normal jab, cross, hook, uppercut world. So Professor Charlemont's coup de poing, motion 1, motion 2. Give it a play.